Leslie from A Friend to Knit With. I am here on a beautiful October day, October 9th to be exact. I just love the fall so much. The leaves are changing. The prospect of our hand knits is right around the corner. Actually, I think it's here. I have worn some of them already. So that is so exciting to me. And so welcome to episode 3 of my knitting podcast. I can be found on Instagram as Leslie Friend, on Ravelry as Friend to Friend. My knitting blog is A Friend to Knit With. So, yes, so thank you. I don't really have that much to show you. It's going to be super short, but I wanted to pop in, say hello, and see how you guys were doing, and let me know what you have finished. I haven't finished much, but I did finish the Woolfolk Gradient Poncho by Adirondack Yarns. It'll be on the blog soon where I'll be wearing it, but if you can see what it looks like here, it's just dreamy. It was one of those knits that I really didn't want to end. You start at the collar and then just start some increases. You knit on this color till you run out, and then you start the second color, run out, and then you add the third color. So I think this is a great knit for all body types, and you can add length to it if you want. It's mindless. Truly, the only thing you have to keep track of is the increase, which is just every other row, and you pretty much feel when you get there. So yeah, what can I say? Easy to knit. It's going to be super easy to wear. I'm going to be wearing it at Rhinebeck. So I think it's a sweater still if it's a poncho, right? My friend Denise is hopefully going to be wearing hers too. She's still working. I think she's going to finish it. So if you're going to Rhinebeck, the Wool Festival, the end of the last weekend of the month, I believe it's the 21st, 22nd, 20th, I think 20th, 21st, 22nd. This is what I'll be wearing. Show me a picture of what you're wearing. And my friend Denise will be in one too. My sister Lisa will probably be in that Barney coat so she can get all the attention. Oh, we nicknamed it the Barney sweater because Classic Elite did it out of purple. We did ours out of brown. But I'll tell you quickly, but if you've seen it in the other podcast, I went to Rhinebeck a long time ago and with my sister. It's been like 8 years. And I didn't wear a single wool thing, hand knit thing, and that was a huge mistake. My sister showed up. She's not even a big knitter. She's a good knitter, but just not a big knitter. And she was wearing this Barney coat that we nicknamed it, and it's the Classic Elite Inca Marl ruffle coat. And she was getting all the attention. So anyhow, we just giggle about it. But she probably is going to wear that again. So you can look for her. I actually think I might make her wear it. Yes. So that was, my Woolfolk. I wanted to tell you that Woolfolk was doing a call for designers. So I spent a couple of weeks trying to come up with a pattern. Not that I'm a designer, but it was a call for accessories. So I thought I could come up with a couple of those. So I worked on it. It might have been 2 weeks, 10 days. And I wrote 2 patterns and submitted them, and they weren't chosen. But that's okay. I'm so excited to see the patterns that were. And that I think they're going to release those in January. So that is exciting. I'm super excited for the people that were chosen and their patterns. And I'm going to write up those patterns still. I'm going to knit them up, I should say, because you didn't knit them, you just kind of wrote them up. And hoping to use Classic Elite yarn because that is another favorite of mine, which the Inca Marl coat was made out of. So, yeah. So the Woolfolk yarn, though, you guys, too, is if you have an opportunity to make anything out of it, it's dreamy. All right, I wanted to show you that I was so excited a couple weeks ago, pulled out my Princess Fiona sweater, which I made either last year or the year before. I think it was the year before. and it's made out of Quince & Company chickadee, and the moths love that yarn, you guys. I put it on, so excited to throw it on in the morning with a pair of jeans. Wait, can you see? 2 holes. 1, 2. Isn't that so disappointing? I've never had a moth eat one of my hand knits. I mean, I'm pretty shocked about it, to tell you the truth, but I did. But luckily I have some extra yarn, and I'm going to try for the very first time to fix a hole. But we should be able to figure that out, right? As knitters. I've just never taken the time, but yeah, isn't that a bummer? So they love chickadee yarn, guys. And I just hope I don't put on something else in the morning with a big hole in it. Okay, so the couple things I have on the needles are the few things. My What the Fade shawl, the mystery knit along, is going to come off the needles. I'm going to put it back on the needles, but I'm going to rip it out. I have I have a pretty big mistake in it. Let me see if I can find it for you. I mean, I say it, but it really is pretty big. Okay. Promise. It just bothers me. Can you see it? And it's down near the bottom, and I think I'll probably never wear it, and it's a lot of work, and it's, money down the tube if I do that. Not down the tube, because I enjoy working on it, but I want to actually wear it too. So I am going to rip that out when I come back from my trip. I'm leaving for a trip tomorrow out to the West Coast to go to the Oregon coast, which I've never been to. I'm super excited about, and Willamette to do some wine tasting. So that'll be fun. So I have a couple things I'm gonna pack tonight to take. The first is my little October sock. I found this yarn down in my stash and thought it was perfect. And I'm doing it on a magic loop because, as you know, that's my new favorite way to knit socks. I wish I had 2 at a time going here because I actually would prefer that. But I was using opal self-striping and I couldn't really figure out. I pulled from the center and then the outside, but then the stripes were going to be opposite. If anyone knows, would I have had to make 2 balls? I don't know. So I'm just doing 1 at a time right now. Hopefully they'll be the same. And I would much prefer having them both done at the same time, but that's going to be okay. So that'll go in my suitcase, and I have some hedgehog fiber yarn that I purchased. My sister and I took my son Andrew in May to Amsterdam, and when I travel, I like to Google where the yarn shop is and try to visit it, especially when I'm out of the country, because I don't usually shop when I'm overseas. I usually just like to buy a ball of yarn or something that I can make with the yarn from that country and just have it. Not that we can get hedgehog everywhere, but I did buy this there, so I know that. So it just is like my souvenir Amsterdam yarn. But it's just pretty plain, and it's a worsted weight because I'm going to make a pair of toast mitts, one of my arm warmer patterns. And so I bought that, and then my other souvenir from there was this little tote bag. My sister and I both bought a yarn and a canvas bag. I love the bicycles, and it says Amsterdam. So that's for a bigger project, or I actually thought I was just going to use this for like groceries or something. But I then put a picture on Instagram, and somebody told me it was Stephen and Penelope. So Stephen West's yarn shop, which, did you know that? I didn't, but I thought that was pretty fun. And now I have this Stephen and Penelope bag. So I'm going to make the toasts. I'm going to travel with those. I'll show you what toast looks like. They are arm warmers that I love these things, you guys. I wear them all fall and winter, and it's you can pull it down over your fingers if your fingers are cold and push it up to have access to your whole hand. And they're great with it if you even have a sweater. I like them all scrunchy, or I like them more and flat. They're really versatile. There's the toasty, has a thumb. I actually don't have a toasty because I actually make these more than toasty. This is a pair out of Wool & Gang's mohair. But they're great. Just saying. It might be my pattern, but I really love them. I should do a giveaway for the pattern because I want everyone to be able to make them. But they're small feet over on Ravelry. But that's what I'm going to make out of my hedgehog fiber. Worsted yarn. So when I was, I broke my foot, I think I had some shoes that I moved over here to this new house without unpacking the box, and I have to wear this brace on my foot, and so I was in the basement looking for some shoes that I had moved over, and I opened a box and I saw the cutest thing right on top, and I couldn't wait to show you. So look at this, you guys. Who is so excited that they just keep on knitting? Who hasn't wanted to do that? I am always like, gosh, if I could just finish this, I can wear it. Are they adorable? Yeah, I'll show you some of the patterns. If you want a copy, feel free. I have my email over on my blog. You can hit the contact and say, oh my gosh, that dress, or that, are they so cute? But that is a little dress. And they call something a helmet, either that or that guy's. Is that so funny? This was my mother's. Look, she wrote her name in it. Barbara Menard. There's, poncho back in the day. I've actually had that poncho, I think. I think my mom made that one for my sisters and I. And this is actually a pretty cute little cardigan. A little cable down the front, and that little sweater is pretty cute too. I don't know what year this was. I couldn't find it anywhere in the... Look at those three. They're just so cute. It was 29 cents though. Rav-on. So I thought that was just so precious. All right, guys. Yep, that's all I have today. But I wanted to say hello. Hope you guys are all well. Keep knitting. Remember, you always have a friend to knit with. Take care.